I got my pivot analyzer indicator and I want to add some changes to it. Basically now this displays just, when the pivots. I want to add another of display here that I can choose where it will actually publish signals when these two lines cross at the bottom. And basically that's what I asked it to do now with my existing code base. And right now it's thinking, and when it's done, we're gonna review basically how well it did. In essence, what I wrote was this. So for pivot analyzer indicator, I would like you to add a parameter called main plot by choice of pivots as default and signals as secondary. Okay, so basically now we're looking at pivots. I also want to look at signals. Pivots is chosen, it stays as is. If signals is chosen, there's additional logic that you need to add. So for signals, please add an arrow up to price pane above the high, same way diamonds are drawn now. So it has something to refer to. Quite a big section. What exactly changed? You have to be very careful. So I actually risked. Okay, so I wrote it all in one go. So main plot option, that's good. Pivots, signals. Okay. Previous up count, not sure why he wants that. Can just detect from. So I can see he's going wrong here already. So like this is fine, and also this is fine. Okay. And yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. This is from the rules, actually. Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. Plot signals. I think he's going south. He doesn't need to add. So he's gonna look. It's gonna look at that. Throw down there. Doesn't really need to be that much of a comparison because, like, I already have. I think he's done too much work because I already have plots here. Pivots down, pivots up, right? Pretty much, do the thing. Okay, so plot pivot counters. These, I can see what the problem. So you see, based on the selection, whether I'm actually plotting up pivots or down pivots, plots, plot up values are actually filled. So he was actually smart enough to figure that out. And no matter what I choose down there, it does an independent thingy here. Okay, let's try and keep this, and let's see what kind of job it did. And main plot signals. So here's the mistake. The mistake is, so first of all, you see the mistake is he's plotting like ahead of time. It looks like it's correct, but it's ahead of time. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, and the other thing, obviously, when we are arrows, I don't want him to plot. When I'm plotting arrows, I don't want him to plot diamonds. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, well, I could turn options because for me, probably say, because right now it's draw arrow and it's passing time. The time here is the bar index, where bar index is the hill size. And that's wrong because the signal actually occurs now, right? So bar index is actually going to be now. So let's see if that, and I would also rename plot signals. Yeah, that's correct. So I guess it's okay. So let's have a look. Bar index. So you see the scope of work is completely different. And this is also, this is fine, but this is like style, more of a kind of style related. I'd prefer to do this. Just like keeps things a bit more clear, but you see how much time it spent, like saved me. And I would also say that, okay, if I'm plotting signals, I don't want to plot any diamonds whatsoever. Pivot up, is that the only place? Control 12, draw pivot up. I would say field size count, okay. Main plot does not equal. If I'm not plotting signals, then I would like. So let's see how that worked out. Control F5. Where am I plotting? There a crash somewhere. No, that's not from here. So there must be some sort of here. So that was the problem here. Like, I didn't notice that this actually returns true. Obviously, that kind of spoiled a few things. Okay, there we go. So that's fine. You can see that the arrows are plotted now at the moment. So when the intersection occurs, but you can see like the misunderstanding here. So it's actually plotting it when, so it's doing correct for the upside. So for instance here, right? But for the downside, it actually took the same logic. All right. So let's see. You can see that. So this one here, you see it actually. This is also kind of an up signal, whatever. It doesn't really matter. So what I want to tell it now is upside. However, please change the logic. The downside, for the down pivots. For the upside, there we go. The pivot up line versus pivot down line. For the downside, it's the down line has to cross the pivot. That makes sense. Yeah. So for the upside, the pivot up line over the pivot down line. So it's the pivot up line crosses over, like here, the pivot down line. Here's the catch. So when this crosses over, this actually, damn it, this actually crosses under? Oh, geez, that doesn't make sense. So is that like a short and long signal at the same time? That is like, how does that even work? This crosses up. Yes and no. Because the thing is, it's actually staying the same. Okay, it's not moving. It's the new pivot, right, we got here. And although this did occur, right, that's not the case. The case would be is where it actually moves, right? So here, this is a pivot up going under it. Damn it. So this is also not the one. So this is the one, right? So that's where, yeah, that would be correct. So this would be like, this is not actually an up signal. This isn't correct, right? This is actually a down signal. I have to mention that as well. You see how thin ice, huh? So it's actually almost correct for the upside. Okay, we have to make some more corrections, okay? It's fine, but you need to make some corrections to the plot signals logic, okay? Signals logic, because it's very, to be more specific. So lines, only one at a time, process. We are interested, pivot up line crossing, which gives +1 signal and an up arrow, and a pivot down line, which gives a -1 signal and a down arrow. Well, let's see how it does. It actually it's smarter than me. So let's have a look off that, see how that works out. It's crazy. I'm gonna pause the video. So it actually produced not the result I liked, okay? And I mean, you have to work with it in the way that you can actually now, and basically in the reason for that is because you can't, right? I mean, first I liked that it used, the same calculations, okay? But now I don't, because if it uses the calculations, first of all, I mean, they can change here and they can change there. And I'd rather just, look at the plots and see when one changes. That's the easy go. So first thing I would want it to do is please change signals, adjust the code in the plot signals method, and also unnecessary code you added. We now want to calculate from pivots up and pivots down series, how you did now, based on lists, okay? For this to work, you also need to make sure automatically turned on in during init if the user decides to go for. Not really sure if this is faster me coding. It's definitely more fun. Coded this kind of stuff many times, but this is not fun, and like it's not too consuming in terms of like I'd rather talk to it and tell it do things than code this stuff myself, right? So let's see. So it removed this, obviously. I wonder if does this here, although this, well, I mean, that's fine, but we could have just done it in the onstate change. So that's the up pivots. It deleted this, and it just said that if we select either both or signals, perform the calculation. This is stupid, right? Because it's already doing this in the onPark date. It's saying that if signals is selected, do the calculation. Both is selected, then do the calculation. So there's not even, you don't even have to add this, the other one, right? You don't even have to add this. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is fine then. Now, plot signals. We're okay. So signals. So he's looking at, whatever that is. Okay, that's fine. So he's comparing them now. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I like it. I don't really care. I mean, I'm just like this. Yeah, whatever. I'm just interested in the end now. I'm also going to get rid of this because that's unnecessary. Now just code that's just not needed. It's going to calculate it anyway. And I probably just need to make a correction here. So if current up is bigger than the current down, okay, and previous up was less than, okay, that's the up signal, I guess. And if current down was below the up and previous down was above, okay. That makes sense now, actually. So that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. But I don't see the down arrow. Let's see some down arrows. You don't see any down arrows? So signal, I can probably go for up pivots only. So these two are mode indicator. Let's look at price. Actually, let's switch back to indicator. We're looking at the EMA now. current down, if current up, I hate this kind of annotation, to be honest. So current up is bigger than current down. Previous up was less than the previous down. So that's a step up, right? It can't be less than equal to. Can't. Yeah, it can. So it's basically saying if current up stepped up, right? Like it does here. So that's fine. That's absolutely correct, right? So we're looking at this. What became 1 used to be -1, pivots down was also -1. That's the one, the long signal, whatever. I'm not saying how good it is, right? And current down is less than current up, and previous down, that's actually should be fine. Be fine. I'm not sure why any down signals at all. I'm gonna pause for a second. So if we look here, okay, so it's -5, and the bottom one is -6, right? So it's bigger, right? It's bigger. -5 is, and on the previous bar, it actually qualifies, right, for this rule, but it's not correct, right? So we have to add one more rule here. Okay, you can see that here issue is that you actually have to say that it changed. You have to say does not equal, and here you have to say turn down doesn't equal. You see how this IntelliSense new fill up? It just saves so much time. Okay, so basically because it qualified, it would just go into this if all the time and not even land here. So now we can see that this gives correct signals. Okay, guys. I don't know. I spent what, half an hour, 40 minutes. Videos like 24 minutes. Spent about 5 minutes before that. So I spent about half an hour like fixing up this code with an idea I came up with, and it was fun. Okay, if I was just to code this, I would be pretty frustrated by now. Okay, but because I'm doing this with this kind of AI thing that's helping me so much, I feel like doing some more.